about ready to get into our meta and discussion along with our unlocks. My unlocks are pathetic this season. I want to talk about the meta first, but good golly. Yours list has to be triple what I got. And I honestly had to check it like 5 times. Like, surely no, I didn't. No, come on now. No, I didn't get any more. I got 6 cards. No, 6 cards. Total of 6 cards. Anyway, let's talk about the meta.
You didn't put Marble Boy on there. That's 7.
Why didn't I put Marble Boy on there? That's messed up.
Oh, maybe you counted him last time.
Oh, I did.
You always list them up to the day, and I cut them off when the season ends.
You're a smart man. I did list them. I did list him last season. First off, Snap has become I want to say a completely different animal. It's about to with Activate. I mean, things are definitely going to get interesting with that being added to it. But just aside from that happening next season, this season we got alliances and we got leagues. So after our last discussion, and I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but after our last discussion, when we were talking about, last month, I was like, okay, the alliances that just hit, we got an alliance together. We got 7 people in there now. I was like, okay, I want to start knocking some of these bounties out. And immediately the next day, the league started, which I did not know was going to happen. All right. All of a sudden, I'm focused on trying to use my best deck so I can move up in the league and get rewards. It definitely adds more of an element and playability to the game. I think Alliances does a lot of that, in my opinion, where we can pick it's forced me to use decks and try plays that I'm not normally doing. And I think we talked about that last time. It is nice to have that reason to actually play a deck with, I think I saw one of the card pairings. I was like, why is this even a pairing? Like, these 2 cards don't even seem like they go together, but all right, now put them in a deck. And what I like to do was I would usually just put the 2 cards in there and then I hit autofill. And then I would play that autofill deck and see how well it does. So anyway, the bounties, I think, are a great addition to the game. I got really upset when I faced destroy decks, like 10 decks in a row. I made a tweet that said, I'm playing 60 games. I swear that I changed one thing in that deck. I was playing my Cerebro deck, my C3. I took armor out of it. And it was like nothing but destroy all day long. And I'm like, what kind of crap is this? So it's like, fine, watch this. Threw armor in there and things switched up. Well, I didn't do the 60 games. I'll just put that out there. I apologize. I was upset. I said it in the heat of the moment. There was somebody that same day after I said that. I'm going through Reddit and somebody did exactly that. And sure enough, they were able to see that destroy is what it was. The thing is, they didn't do the full experiment like I wanted to, which is like, okay, I want to take this deck and just change one card and see how the algorithm adjusts. Mm-hmm. Maybe that will be something I get a chance to do. I was actually sitting there thinking towards the end, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this. But all I was going to do was 60 games, 30, jump in, see what deck it was, retreat. Which means if I did 60 of that, I'm losing a lot of cubes. So I convinced myself not to do that at that point. But again, something that might be on the table. I'm trying to think of what else was going on. I put another note in here about Red Guardian being an MVP. I grabbed their deck off of Reddit that has Red Guardian and a few others in it. It was actually doing really well. It wasn't a Cerebro deck, I don't think. It was something different. However, Red Guardian, MVP of the season for me last season. So I'm still using him quite often, and he has won a lot of games for me, taking somebody important out. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to 80 and then dropped to like 76, and I think that was the end. So anyway, what about you?
I tried a lot of different things with the new cards. Couldn't get a lot of momentum. I saw somebody online saying Loki and Arishem's just broken. You get Loki early enough, you play him, and then they just beat you with your own deck. 1 cost less, and it's terrible. And at that point, I wasn't going anywhere. So I'm like, fine, if it's broken, I'll just use it. It's not broken enough to help me in certain cases, because sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And as is often the case, when I jump on a trend, they nerfed Loki.
Oh, that's right. What did they do?
They kept it to where he changes your deck, but he doesn't draw a card, and he's down to a 2/2.
Oh, that's right.
So it still works. A lot of these people look more at the data stuff. I start and then I see a squirrel and wander off, or a Squirrel Girl comic. But yeah, Loki's pretty much in my typo neg competitive deck. Him, M'Baku, Mockingbird, and Quinjet. Quinjet's the other ones in there, but they all stay in there, and then I just rotate in whoever I want to try or whoever is good for the bounty. I saw some people who were bugged by the bounties, but the thing is, you don't have to do the bounties, especially if you're in a low-pressure alliance like ours. I just think it's fun unless everybody in your alliance is going hard for it, which I don't. I mean, it's for fun. It shouldn't be a job. The rewards are nice, but it's just checking stuff off a list. It's like almost the same reason that sometimes if I'm making a grocery list and I realize I forgot something, I write it on the list, order it from Kroger, and then check it off. And I was like, who am I doing this for? Someone said, what's that little hit of dopamine you get? Or so it's like, hey, I accomplished this. And then is the reward really worth it? I don't know, but it gives you a goal. You see what the other people are doing, but you shouldn't let it detract, or the leagues for that matter. I mean, the leagues you get based on what you're playing anyway. Mm-hmm. And like I about 5 minutes into looking at the first league standings, I'm like, well, I'm never going to hit first place because I'm not going to play it that much. So if I get something, I get something. If not, whatever. So it's just, I mean, I say let it add to it, but don't let it get you to play something you don't want to play or spend more time on it than you want to. I see the leagues and alliances as a bonus. I just like seeing what my friends are doing. And if we message back and forth, that's all I'm in it for. I know there are people who are more serious about it. And if you enjoy that, more power to you, but have fun with it.
Right.
Eventually, I wasn't getting much anywhere. So I used Destroy. I did that last season when I was having trouble. I just went to a very basic Destroy deck. Nothing fancy. I've got Arnim Zola in there, but I'm not trying to get Nimrod. I do try to land Hulkbuster on Deadpool, but all very straightforward. Then I went back to Annihilus for a while because I usually have good luck with that. But eventually I made it to 90. I made a push and then got knocked back down. Tried something else. Couldn't get it. A bounty came up. And it was either Iron Man and Onslaught or Onslaught and Living Tribunal or Iron Man and Living Tribunal. And I'm like, hey, I've got a deck for that.
Right.
I started rolling and I hit a little bit of a wall, tried a couple things, went back to it. And with a little less than 48 hours to go in the season, I hit Infinite with Living Ironslaught.
Wow. Congratulations. Infinite once again. So that's what, 2 now? Is it 2 or 3?
I think it's 4.
4? I've lost
I think
count
it's 4.
then. Congratulations. Wow. So
at that point, I was like, okay, I did it. I don't even think I played many ranked matches.
Some of those
were just accidental.
Yeah.
Then I was mainly trying. I did not get the Conquest card, but I got just enough to get the mystery variant, which, spoiler alert to the unlocks, turned out to be the Alex Ross Agent 13, where she's wearing the Iron Patriot suit and holding the Cap shield.
Ooh.
So I got that, and that actually knocked poor Snowguard out of my Collectosaur deck. I'm like, well, I've already got Kate Bishop, who's adding 2 cards, and this one is going to give me, every once in a while, the Snowguard, the Hawk especially, comes in handy. But usually I'm just like, I want something else. Alex Ross art and the possibility of who knows what card you could get. Agent 13 is back.
Yeah, that's sweet. Man, congratulations on Infinite. When I hit 83, I was like, wow, things are cooking here. Then I started doing the bounties. I was like, I'm having fun doing the bounties. Some of them are tough.
Yeah.
You mentioned Destroy. I think one of them is Destroy 8 cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I probably played like, I don't know, 7, 8 games where it's just like, I swear I was 1 card away. Finally, I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I put Squirrel Girl in just for fodder. I was like, I've got to hit this 8 somehow in the easiest way. Yeah, I know. And if you drop a bounty, I think I did that for the first time today. You can only drop like 3 a week or
4 in a week.
There was a point where I lay there, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I got to get up in 2 hours. Let's play Snap. That'll help me go back to sleep. Nope. But anyway, I'm sitting there playing and I'm like, okay, I throw Squirrel Girl out there. The squirrels pop up. I'm ready. And he plays Killmonger. And I'm like, you son of a gun. Dude, I was just going to do that. But anyway, well, yeah. All right. Let's get into our unlocks. My list is going to be short, as we discussed. I'm currently at 13,000 as of September 2nd, 2024, when I was doing this yesterday. Got
nice
4. What's that?
That's a nice round number.
Yes, it is, actually. I was funny as looking at it. I was like, oh, wow, 13 grand. Right on the money. 4 spotlight keys sitting there ready to go. I did see there's 1 week upcoming that I'm spending. I'm probably hoarding some. We'll talk about that when we come into the upcoming season. Up first, Pixel Juggernaut. Not Pixel Jugs.
Family podcast.
That's right. Pixel Juggernaut. Next up was Pixel Namor, which got to use in the last battle we did. Baby Mr. Sinister. I don't know how I ended up with that. I know I got Baby Doctor Doom was one of my mystery variants. Jim Lee Storm, which I bought specifically for the album. And then my final one was a Nicola Messia Mr. Negative, which you've probably seen. It's just straight up black and white card where he's just like, he looks like he's in a formal suit. I would love to see what this card looks like inked, because I cannot even think that it would look different. There's no way. It looks like it's inked.
Maybe when
already.
you ink split that, it's like a rainbow.
Oh, that'd be, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Negative's got color. It's crazy. But there you go, man. That's it. So I came up with 6. And like I said, Marvel Boy is not on the list because I listed him last time. All right. Well, you're up, sir.
All right. I'm at 15,709. And yeah, I got Kate Bishop. And then I think I got Marvel Boy with my second Spotlight key and got 1,000 tokens with the first one. That gave me enough to get White Widow, who went in several decks. I left my Annihilus deck that I went infinite with. I tried to leave that the same, but I'm like, White Widow should have been on there from the beginning. So I threw her on. She's fun to use, even though Widow's Kiss is a -3 now instead of a -4. She's good stuff.
She's aggravating.
Yep. Got a Agatha Harkness Professor variant.
Okay.
An In-Hyuk Lee Morbius, which is very cool. Knocked the Pixel Morbius out of my favorite slot.
Nice.
Dan Hip Mr. Sinister. Pixel Mr. Negative. Got that cool Flaviano Scarlet Witch with the season pass. Then an Arnim Zola Chibi.
Oh, yes. How pretty is that thing?
Yeah, I haven't even broken the frame. It doesn't actually break the card.
I think I remember the Arnim Zola Chibi. It doesn't look horrible, but compared to your...
It looks like the Superhero Squad version of Arnim Zola, and you're like, yeah, that's what we need in a kid's show. Nazis. Not that principled stand has kept me from using Arnim Zola with Black Panther or Venom or Null or anybody else, but
right.
Still, let's see. Then I got Wiccan. I think I got him on the first key.
First key. Jeez.
I think I spent gold on this one, the Flaviano Death variant, to get another entry in that album.
Okay.
Then the America Chavez Flaviano variant from the season pass. Got a Dan Hip Heimdall. Got a Dan Hip Meek for the album stuff. Then I got some prize that was an Electro Chibi.
Well, I think I remember this one. I got this last month, the Electro Chibi. My description of it was, it honestly looks like a baby Electro, because the big, the big mask doesn't really allow the chibiness to come through. But anyway, go ahead.
And then this isn't technically a variant, but we talked about them a whole bunch last time. So I did Ink Split Red Guardian.
Nice.
I'm sending it to you. I used one of the distressed red borders on it. A lot of times the borders don't make much of a difference, but you get it with the right card and it looks pretty cool.
Oh, that does look great. Is that gold flare or gold tone or whatever they call it?
I don't.
The inks look awesome, and the red border looks really good.
Yeah, sometimes you don't notice it, but I got that Dan Hip Luke Cage with a gold split and a black background, and that looks pretty cool. This one I'm sending you, which is great, is probably the best frame combination. Luca
Coretti, or is that what it is? Or
no, Grecki, Max Grecki.
Oh, this is a Max
Silver Surfer with a silver border. So that's the ink split. So that's pretty cool. I got the Deadpool. They said there was some issue with the Deadpool League. So I think, did you not get the Deadpool, like good looking Deadpool variant?
I don't think I did. I got the Avatar, I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, I ended up with that one somehow. I think I got Speed with my first key, but I was kind of bummed because was that the one where they had the Jeff the Landshark variant for Iron Lad? I wanted that, so I spent another key and got Valentina.
All right.
And then I was like, I'm not chasing a variant because I'm used to just getting 1,000 tokens, but I actually got Valentina. Then I got the Dan Hip Shauna. Finally got, as you already know, because I messaged you instantly, my first Luchador variant, which was Sentry, which was cool.
Yes, and that was... I think he has a massive championship belt, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've used Sentry enough that I was looking for another version, so I kind of like that. I got that Wild Blue Maximus, I think that you got a while back.
Yep.
Then I got a Luchador M'Baku.
Oh, my goodness. Tag team now.
And I haven't gotten any more, but I did get a Luchador Drax avatar.
Oh, nice. He has the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I got the Flaviano Patriot variant. That
Okay.
looks pretty cool. I mean, I love the Patriot one. I don't know why I love the fact that he's in front of the Lincoln Memorial, but I do. The Flaviano Patriot has all kinds of like stars and stripes bursting behind him or whatever, and actually looks pretty cool. I didn't enhance it enough to gold split it. I went in the custom thing and just applied a gold split there and a red border on it, so it looks pretty cool.
Applied a gold split?
Yeah. Once you split one, you can go to the custom card and ink split any variant.
Oh crap! I did not know that.
Yeah, if you've ink split it once, then you can make any of the variant. You can split any of the variants.
Duly noted. I'm gonna have to mess around with that now.
Yes, I had Magic ink split and gold split, and then I got the Jim Lee New Mutants costume. If I want to do it thematically or just because it looks cool, I just ink or gold split that one with the custom card thing.
Oh wow!
You can only have one custom card at a time, but you can change it as often as you want.
Mm-hmm.
That one was pretty cool. Then I got the Kate Bishop Flaviano with the season pass. I got a Dan Hip Nico Minoru. Took a shot at Hulkling and got the combo break Nimrod. Then I got Hulkling. Got an Alex Horley Enchantress, which is painted, not quite Alex Ross, but pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's ADIA or AIDA, but I got that version of Martyr. Went ahead and got the used gold on the Dan Hip War Machine, and then got a Dan Hip Silver Samurai as a prize.
Oh, nice.
I think I showed you I got a gold split on my Pixel Dr. Doom and mentioned the Agent 13 by Alex Ross.
That's right. Did you notice they updated the visuals on some of those cards now? If you have some type of gold flare, like when they're sitting in your hand, I've seen it a couple times. There's so much flare going on. I can't see the cards sometimes, but it's not like you see that every single time. Sometimes the card will come back into your hand. Anyway, they definitely upgraded the visuals for the prism background.
I'm not fond of that.
I like it. I did not like it on my Blueprint Cerebro. I had a prism background to it, and I was like, this doesn't look the greatest. And then when they upgraded, I was like, okay, at least it looks a little bit more interesting now. You're not a fan, though?
Well, I don't mind it, but it seems like a lot of them went to that. I feel like that should be one option. It just seems like every time I was making something infinite, I got that more detailed prism background. Sometimes the foil rainbow blobs weren't my favorite thing either. I like it sometimes, but it seemed like that was the default thing now. Whenever you get something to infinite, it comes back as that. And I like it sometimes, but.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. That's our discussion on our meta thoughts and our unlocks for the season. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.